So, today we're going to dive into a story about finding meaning in places you'd never, ever expect. It's a journey that's both tiny and, well, universal, starting with just a single drop and ending with a really powerful lesson about what it means to have a purpose. Let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? That little thought in the back of your head that you're just one person in a huge world and you wonder, does anything I do even matter? Well, that exact feeling is right at the heart of our story today, where we're about to meet someone who's asking that very same question.
All right, so our story kicks off way, way up high above the world, inside the soft, fluffy white of a cloud. And this is where we meet our hero, a tiny water droplet with a very big question weighing on her.
Now, from where she was, Nata could see everything down below. The bright green trees, the winding rivers, people laughing. She saw a world just buzzing with life and purpose, and honestly, it only made her feel even smaller and completely and utterly stuck.
And there it is, that deep, nagging feeling. See, Nata wasn't happy just watching from the sidelines. She was yearning to be a part of it all. She wanted to know her why, to find her reason for being. And this longing, this desire for purpose, that's where her incredible journey really begins.
For anybody who's ever felt stuck, you know that change has a funny way of arriving when you least expect it. For Nata, that change was about to come with the rumble of a warm wind and the growing heaviness of her cloudy home.
Can you imagine hearing that? And get this wasn't just some random voice. This was the voice of the cloud itself. And it was a call to action. It was a promise that this wasn't just going to be a fall, it was going to be a mission. This was the moment Nata's wish finally started to come true.
And just like that, all that doubt, all that longing, poof, it vanished. It was replaced by this pure, buzzing excitement. She was finally on her way. As she fell with all the other droplets, she wasn't scared at all. She was ready to finally find out why she was here.
Okay, this next part, this is really the heart of the whole story. Because this is where we see that purpose isn't something you just sit around and think about, it's something you do. And Nata was about to learn that lesson firsthand, in the most direct way you can imagine.
Her first stop, a single, thirsty green leaf. In a single moment, Nata went from being a nameless little droplet to a hero. The leaf's gratitude was immediate, it was real. For the very first time, Nata realized her existence could be a gift to someone else.
But her journey didn't stop there. A gentle breeze pushed her into a stream, which then flowed into a big river. And there, a small fish celebrated her arrival. Now her purpose is getting even bigger. She's not just providing one quick drink, she's becoming a vital part of an entire ecosystem. She is literally sustaining life itself. This slide just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have what Nata believed, that she was worthless. And on the other, the reality of what she actually was. She wasn't small, she was absolutely essential. It shows that our purpose wasn't something she had to go out and invent. It was in her all along, just waiting to be discovered through her actions. But just when Nata starts to get comfortable with this new, powerful identity, the world changes on her again. The sun starts shining bright, and she begins to feel this strange, almost weightless sensation. Her journey, it turns out, is far from over.
Then you can totally see why she'd be confused, right? From her point of view, was this the end? Was she being taken away from her newfound purpose? This moment of confusion is so important, because it's about to introduce an even bigger idea than just one single journey.
And here is the science behind the magic. Evaporation. It's not an ending at all, it's a transition. It's the engine that makes sure the journey can happen over and over and over again. This is the great water cycle, which is a perfect metaphor for the cycles in our own lives, right? Cycles of work, of learning, of growth. So, what's the big takeaway from Nata's incredible adventure? This is where the story of one little water droplet becomes a universal lesson for all of us, a lesson about life, about renewal, and about our own hidden strength.
This is where Nata has her big aha moment. Going back to the cloud wasn't a failure, it wasn't hitting the reset button, it was a recharge. Each journey down gave her the knowledge of her own importance. She wasn't just repeating a cycle, she was gaining wisdom with every single loop. So let's break down these big truths. First, every single one of us has a role to play, no matter how small we might feel. Second, our lives need these cycles of doing and then resting, of action and renewal, in order to thrive. And finally, and this one's huge,
Repeating a journey isn't being stuck in a rut. It's evolution. It's how we get better and stronger with every new attempt.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. What are the cycles in your own life? The skills you practice, the daily routines, the projects you keep coming back to? What is your journey that you take again and again that isn't a reset, but is actually the source of your greatest strength? What's your version of the rain?